Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Love English Lab, the place where you learn to speak English naturally and confidently. I'm Charlotte, and today is a special episode because it's not just me. I'm joined by Luna and Megan, and together we're going to talk about something that everyone needs: confidence.
Hi, guys. I'm Luna, and I'm so happy to be here. Confidence is one of those topics that really connects with everyone, whether you're learning English, starting a new job, or just trying to feel better about yourself.
And I'm Megan. I'm excited too, because confidence is such an important part of communication. You can know all the grammar and vocabulary in the world, but if you don't feel confident, it's hard to express yourself clearly.
That's so true. And the funny thing about confidence is that people often think it means never feeling nervous, but it doesn't. Confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about trusting yourself even when you feel afraid.
Exactly. And I think that's something every English learner can relate to. You can study for months or even years, but when you have to speak in real life, your confidence can suddenly disappear.
Yes, that moment when your mind goes blank, it happens to everyone. But that doesn't mean you're not good at English. It just means your confidence needs a little training, just like your language skills.
I like that, training your confidence, because that's really what it is. Confidence grows through small actions, through practice, and through believing that mistakes are part of learning.
Right? And we'll be talking about that a lot today, how confidence actually works, how to build it, and how to keep it strong even when things go wrong.
We'll also talk about what confidence really looks and sounds like. Because sometimes, even if you don't feel confident, you can still act confident, and that can change everything.
Yes, and this isn't just about English. It's about how you face challenges, how you speak to yourself, and how you carry yourself in daily life.
Exactly. Confidence is like a quiet strength that helps you move forward. It doesn't mean you never doubt yourself, it means you keep going even when you do.
And by the end of this episode, we hope you'll have new expressions, new ideas, and maybe a new way of seeing yourself.
So, if you've ever felt shy, nervous, or unsure when speaking English, stay with us. This conversation is for you.
Let's talk about what confidence really is and why it's something anyone can build.
Let's get started.
So, let's start with the basics. What does confidence really mean?
That's a great question. Many people think confidence means never feeling nervous or always knowing what to say, but that's not true at all.
Yes, real confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about believing that you'll be okay, even if things don't go exactly the way you planned.
Exactly. It's more about trust than perfection, trusting yourself, your ability to learn, and your ability to keep trying.
I like that. Because when we think of confident people, we often imagine someone who's loud or bold, but real confidence can also be quiet. It can be calm, kind, and steady.
Totally. You can be confident without being the loudest person in the room. It's about being comfortable with who you are.
That's so true. I remember reading a quote that said, "Confidence is not walking into a room thinking you're better than everyone. It's walking in without comparing yourself to anyone."
I love that, because comparison is one of the biggest things that kills confidence. The more you compare, the less you focus on your own progress.
Yes, and I think that's especially true when learning English. Some people compare their pronunciation or vocabulary to others and start thinking, I'll never be that good.
And that's the wrong mindset. Confidence isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday.
Exactly. Confidence grows when you recognize your small wins. Even saying one new phrase or speaking up once in class is progress.
I completely agree. I think real confidence starts with self-awareness, knowing your strengths, but also accepting your weaknesses without shame.
Yes, you can say, "I'm good at listening, but I need to work on speaking," without judging yourself. That's real confidence.
Right, it's the difference between saying, I'm terrible at English, and saying, I'm still learning English. The second one sounds confident because it's honest and positive.
That's such a good example. Confidence is how you talk to yourself, not just how you act in front of others.
Exactly. If your inner voice is always negative, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, then even your body language starts to show it.
That's true. Confident people usually speak kindly to themselves. They say things like, I'm learning, I'll try again, or I can handle this.
And that's something anyone can practice, even in English. You can build confidence just by changing the way you speak to yourself every day.
I think that's why it's important to separate confidence from arrogance. Some people think being confident means acting like you know everything, but that's actually insecurity pretending to be strength.
Exactly. Confidence doesn't need to shout. It's more like quiet assurance. You don't have to prove anything. You just do your best.
Yes, you can tell when someone is truly confident. They don't try to make others feel small. They lift people up.
I like that idea, lifting people up. Real confidence doesn't compete, it inspires.
That's beautiful. Because when you feel good about yourself, you naturally make others feel good too.
And it's contagious. When you're confident, people around you feel more comfortable, more positive.
That's true in communication too. When you speak English with confidence, even with mistakes, people listen differently. They focus on your message, not your grammar.
Exactly. Confidence changes the energy of a conversation. You could say something simple like, I'm still learning, but I love practicing, and people will admire your attitude.
Yes, that's such a powerful sentence because it's humble but strong at the same time.
So maybe the best way to define confidence is this. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It's the courage to keep going in spite of it.
I love that because everyone feels afraid sometimes. The difference is what you do with that fear.
Yes, confident people feel it too. They just don't let it stop them. They take action anyway.
Exactly. So to sum it up, confidence is about trust, kindness, self-awareness, and courage. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real.
That's such a good summary. And in the next chapter, we'll talk about how to build confidence, small habits, and ways of thinking that can make you feel stronger every day.
That's going to be a great one because confidence isn't something you find. It's something you practice.
Yes. Let's talk about how to do that next.
So now that we know what confidence really means, let's talk about how to build it step by step in real life.
Yes, because confidence isn't something you wake up with one day. It grows slowly through small actions and consistent habits.
Exactly. It's like building a muscle. You have to train it a little every day.
I love that comparison. So, what are some simple habits that can help people feel more confident?
I think the first one is keeping promises to yourself. When you say, I'll do this, and you actually do it, your brain starts to trust you.
That's such a good point. Confidence starts with self-trust. If you tell yourself you'll study English for 15 minutes, and you do it, even once, you start feeling capable.
Yes. It's not about doing big things, it's about doing small things consistently. That's what builds real confidence.
Exactly. And another habit that helps is focusing on progress, not perfection.
That one's so important because perfectionism kills confidence. You end up waiting until everything feels perfect, and then you never start.
Yes, it's much better to say, it's not perfect, but I'm improving. That way you can move forward and learn.
Right. And every time you finish something, even a small task, you remind yourself that you can do hard things.
I also think it's important to celebrate your small wins. People often forget to do that.
Yes. When you say, I did it, or even just smile at your progress, you're teaching yourself to feel proud in a healthy way.
That's true. Confidence grows from appreciation, not pressure.
Another great habit is positive self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you think.
Totally. Instead of saying, I'm terrible at speaking English, try saying, I'm getting better every time I practice.
Yes, that one simple change can transform your mindset.
And you can use phrases like, I can handle this, I'm learning, or I'll figure it out. They sound small, but they build strength inside you.
That's so true. Confidence isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just a quiet voice that says, try again.
I love that. And another daily habit that helps is preparation. Confident people prepare before they act.
Yes. When you prepare, you feel ready. Like if you're going to speak in English, take 5 minutes to think about what you want to say. That small preparation can make you feel calm and in control.
Exactly. And if you make a mistake, it's fine because you were ready to communicate. And that's what really matters.
Another thing that helps is posture and body language. The way you stand or sit can change how you feel.
That's so true. When you stand tall and look up, you send a message to your brain that says, I'm strong.
Yes, and people can feel it too. Even if you're nervous, smiling, or maintaining eye contact makes you seem more confident, and that energy comes back to you.
Exactly. It's like a circle. You project confidence, people respond positively, and that makes you feel even more confident.
I think another powerful habit is stepping out of your comfort zone every day, just a little.
Yes, try something that makes you slightly nervous. It could be speaking to a new person, answering a question in class, or recording yourself in English.
Every time you do something uncomfortable and survive, your brain learns, hey, that wasn't so bad. And that's how courage grows.
Exactly. And the next time, it's easier.
That's what confidence really is, small acts of bravery repeated again and again.
I like that definition. Confidence is the result of courage, not the other way around.
That's so true. And the last habit I'd add is gratitude. It may sound simple, but when you focus on what's good, you naturally feel more confident.
Yes, you can say, I'm grateful for what I've learned, or I'm thankful for the progress I've made. Gratitude gives you perspective. It reminds you that you're doing enough.
Exactly. Confidence doesn't grow from pressure, it grows from appreciation.
That's such a great line.
So, to summarize, keep your promises, focus on progress, talk to yourself kindly, prepare, practice courage, and stay grateful. Those are the real habits that build confidence.
Perfect summary, Luna. And in the next chapter, we'll talk about something very important: what to do when you lose confidence and how to get it back.
Oh, that's a big one. Because everyone, even confident people, have moments of doubt.
Yes, let's explore that next. So, now that we've talked about building confidence, let's talk about something that happens to everyone: losing it.
Yes, that's such an important topic because no matter how confident you are, there are always moments when you doubt yourself or feel small again.
Absolutely. It can happen after you make a mistake, fail at something, or even when you compare yourself to others. Suddenly, your confidence just disappears.
I've felt that before. You feel like you're not good enough, like all your progress is gone. But the truth is, losing confidence doesn't mean you've lost your ability. It just means you've lost your focus.
Exactly. Confidence isn't permanent. It goes up and down like waves. The key is learning how to find it again when it drops.
That's so true. And I think the first step is to pause and breathe. When you feel nervous or discouraged, take a deep breath and remind yourself that one mistake doesn't define you.
I love that. Sometimes the fastest way to recover confidence is to slow down. We often panic and start thinking, I'm terrible, when really we just need a moment to reset.
Yes. I like to tell myself, it's okay to feel this way, but it doesn't mean I can't do it. That helps me accept the emotion without letting it control me.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And that's actually the second step. Be kind to yourself.
Definitely. We're usually kind to our friends when they make mistakes, but very hard on ourselves.
Exactly. You would never say to a friend, you're useless, but we say that to ourselves all the time.
That's so true. When you speak to yourself gently, you start to rebuild trust inside.
Yes. You can use simple phrases like, I'm learning, everyone makes mistakes, or I'll do better next time. Those words are powerful.
And another thing that helps is remembering past wins. When you lose confidence, it's easy to forget everything you've done right.
Yes, you start focusing on one failure and ignore all your successes.
Exactly. That's why it helps to remind yourself of moments when you were strong, brave, or proud.
You can say, I've done difficult things before. I can do this too. It's like giving yourself a pep talk.
I love that expression, pep talk. It means giving yourself or someone else words of encouragement.
Yes, everyone needs that sometimes. And it's okay to ask others for encouragement too. Talking to a friend or teacher can remind you of what you've already achieved.
Absolutely. You don't have to face doubt alone. Sometimes another person can see your progress more clearly than you can.
That's true. And once you start to feel calmer, it's important to take action again, even a small one.
Yes, confidence doesn't come back by waiting for it. It comes back when you do something, even something tiny.
Exactly. If you feel nervous about speaking English, say one sentence. If you made a mistake, try again the next day.
That's such good advice. Action rebuilds confidence faster than thinking about it.
Yes, because confidence grows through experience, not just positive thoughts.
I also think we should talk about comparison because it's one of the biggest reasons people lose confidence.
Oh, yes. Comparing yourself to others is like running a race that never ends.
Exactly. You can admire someone, but don't use them as a reason to doubt yourself.
I like to remind myself, I'm on my own path. We all start from different places, and that's okay.
Yes, that's a good phrase to remember. I'm on my own path. It helps you focus on progress instead of perfection.
And one last thing, when you lose confidence, try to see it as feedback, not failure. It's just a sign that something needs attention, not that you're not good enough.
That's so true. Maybe you need rest. Maybe you need to practice more. Or maybe you just need to hear that it's normal to struggle.
Exactly. Losing confidence doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human, and you care about doing things well.
Yes, the fact that you want to improve already shows strength.
So, to summarize, when you lose confidence, take a breath, speak kindly to yourself. Remember your past wins, stop comparing, and take small action again.
That's the perfect formula.
Confidence isn't something you find once and keep forever. It's something you rebuild again and again, and each time it becomes a little stronger.
I love that. And in the next chapter, we'll talk about how confidence sounds, how to speak, react, and communicate in ways that make you come across as confident, even when you're not feeling it inside.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Let's go there next.
So now that we've talked about how to build confidence and how to get it back, let's talk about how confidence actually sounds, the way confident people speak and act.
Yes, because sometimes, even when we feel nervous inside, we can still sound confident if we know how to use our voice and our words.
Exactly. And that's such an important skill, especially when speaking English. The way you speak can completely change how people see you and how you see yourself.
Right. Let's start with one simple thing, your tone. Confident people don't rush. They speak calmly, with pauses.
Yes, I love that. When you speak too fast, it sounds like you're afraid someone might interrupt you. But when you slow down, it shows that you believe what you're saying matters.
That's so true. I remember one teacher used to say, "Silence is part of confidence. You don't have to fill every second with words."
Exactly. Taking a breath before answering a question makes you sound thoughtful, not nervous.
And I think pronunciation plays a role too. You don't have to sound like a native speaker to sound confident, but you do need to speak clearly.
Totally. Clarity is more important than accent. Even if you have a strong accent, as long as you speak with energy and confidence, people will listen.
Yes. And confidence also shows in the words you choose. For example, instead of saying, "I'm not sure, but maybe," you can say, "In my opinion," or "I think that."
That's such a good example. Both mean the same thing, but one sounds unsure and the other sounds calm and clear.
Exactly. I also notice that confident people use simple sentences. They don't try to sound complicated, they just speak directly.
Yes, you don't need fancy vocabulary to sound confident. In fact, simple and honest English sounds more natural.
I completely agree. Another habit confident speakers have is using their voice to express emotion. They don't speak in a flat tone, they use a warm, natural rhythm.
That's so important. When your voice sounds alive, people connect with you more. It shows that you care about what you're saying.
Right? Confidence isn't about volume, it's about connection.
That's beautiful. And body language is a big part of that too. Even when speaking online, the way you move and hold yourself matters.
Absolutely. Simple things like sitting straight, keeping your head up, and smiling can make a huge difference.
Yes, because confidence is communicated through energy. When you look comfortable, people feel comfortable around you.
And that comfort helps communication flow naturally. You can say, "I'm happy to be here," or "That's an interesting point," and people will feel your openness.
I think that's why confident people also listen well. They don't just wait to speak, they pay attention.
That's true. Listening shows confidence because it means you're not afraid of silence. You're present.
Yes, I love that. Real confidence is quiet attention, not constant talking.
And when you respond, you can use phrases that sound sure, but polite, like, "I see what you mean," or "That makes sense."
Exactly. Those phrases show understanding and control. No need to sound defensive or shy.
Another tip I'd give is to avoid apologizing too much. Many learners say, "Sorry for my English," at the start of a conversation, and it instantly lowers their confidence.
Yes, you don't need to apologize for learning. You can say something positive instead, like, "I'm still learning, but I love practicing." That sounds confident and kind at the same time.
Perfect example. Confidence is also about accepting imperfection, knowing you're good enough even when you're still growing.
Exactly. Confidence doesn't mean you never make mistakes. It means mistakes don't stop you.
I love that. You can say, "I made a mistake, but I learned from it." That's such a powerful attitude.
Yes, and if you ever forget a word, you can simply say, "How do you say that?" Or, "Let me think." That's what native speakers do too.
That's true. Even native speakers pause, make mistakes, and restart sentences. It's completely normal.
Exactly. And by speaking calmly, clearly, and with kindness, you naturally come across as confident, even if you still feel nervous inside.
So maybe the secret is this: confidence in English isn't about perfect grammar or vocabulary. It's about how you carry yourself and how you speak.
Yes, confidence is energy. When you sound relaxed and positive, people want to listen.
And you start believing it too. The more you act confident, the more confident you become.
That's so true. Confidence isn't pretending, it's practicing.
I love that line. Confidence isn't pretending, it's practicing.
That should be the quote of the episode.
Agreed. And in our final chapter, we'll talk about how to keep growing your confidence, how to make it stronger and more stable over time.
Yes, because confidence isn't a final destination. It's something you keep developing your whole life.
Let's dive into that next.
So we've talked about what confidence means, how to build it, and how to sound confident. But now comes the final part: how to keep it growing over time.
Yes, because confidence isn't something you reach and then forget about. It's like a plant. You have to take care of it or it fades away.
I love that image. Confidence grows with attention, patience, and practice. The more you feed it, the stronger it becomes.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to keep it strong is to keep learning new things. When you learn, you remind yourself that you're capable of growth.
Yes, that's true. Every time you challenge yourself, even in small ways, you build a little more trust in your abilities.
I think that's why people who stay curious and open-minded often seem confident. They're not afraid to admit they don't know something. They just see it as an opportunity to learn.
That's a great point. You can say, I don't know yet, instead of I don't know. That one word, yet, changes everything.
I love that. It makes your mind focus on possibility instead of limitation.
Yes, and that's the attitude of a confident learner. They see mistakes and challenges as part of progress, not proof of failure.
That's so important. Confidence grows stronger when you stop fearing mistakes and start learning from them.
Exactly. I think a lot of people lose confidence because they expect progress to be fast, but real confidence grows slowly. It's built on consistency, not speed.
Totally. You can't rush it. You just have to keep showing up every day, doing your best, and letting time do its job.
Yes. And another thing that helps confidence grow is helping others. When you support someone else, teach them, encourage them, or just listen, it actually boosts your own confidence too.
That's so true. It reminds you that you have something valuable to offer, even if you're still learning.
Yes, confidence isn't about being better than others. It's about believing that what you have matters.
I think that's why community is so powerful. When you're surrounded by people who support you, your confidence multiplies.
Definitely. And when you see others succeeding, instead of feeling jealous, you can think, if they can do it, I can too.
I love that mindset. That's how confident people think. They're inspired by others instead of threatened by them.
Yes. And I think gratitude plays a big role too. When you focus on what's going right, you stop worrying so much about what's missing.
Exactly. You can start or end your day by thinking of 3 things you're proud of or grateful for. It doesn't have to be big, just things that make you feel thankful or strong.
Like, I finished my English class. Or, I spoke up during a meeting. Those small things matter.
Yes, because confidence grows where gratitude lives.
That's such a beautiful phrase. Confidence grows where gratitude lives.
It's true. Gratitude keeps you balanced. Even when things are hard, you remember how far you've come.
And over time, you realize that confidence isn't about always feeling strong, it's about knowing how to rebuild yourself when you don't.
I completely agree. Confidence is not something that others can give you. It's something you learn to give yourself.
Yes, people can inspire you, but in the end, it's your daily choices that make you confident.
Exactly. It's built from all those small moments when you decide to keep going, even when you don't feel ready.
Yes, confidence is a habit, not a feeling.
That's so true. Feelings change every day, but habits create stability.
I love that. So if you want your confidence to grow over time, keep practicing courage, stay curious, appreciate your progress, and keep doing small things that make you proud.
That's a perfect summary.
Yes, because confidence isn't built in a single moment. It's built over a lifetime of moments that remind you who you really are.
That's beautiful. And that's what makes confidence so powerful, it grows with you.
Exactly. And once you learn to trust yourself, you carry that confidence into everything you do.
Whether it's speaking English, starting a project, or facing something new, confidence becomes your quiet strength.
That's the goal, not to feel fearless, but to trust yourself enough to move forward anyway.
I love that.
Me too.
In our final reflection, we'll take a moment to look back, to connect everything we've learned about confidence and how it can transform not just your English, but your life.
I can't wait for that part.
Me neither. Let's finish strong.
You know, after everything we've talked about, what confidence is, how to build it, and how to keep it, I think the biggest lesson is that confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you create.
Yes. Every moment you choose to try again, to speak up, or to believe in yourself, you're building it.
Exactly. And that's what makes it beautiful. Confidence doesn't depend on other people's approval. It grows from your own choices and effort.
That's so true. And the best part is that you don't need to be fearless to be confident. You just need to be brave enough to take small steps, even when you're scared.
Yes. Real confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to shout or prove anything. It simply trusts that you can handle whatever comes your way.
And that trust comes from experience. Every time you face something difficult and get through it, your confidence grows, sometimes without you even noticing.
Exactly. Confidence is like light. The more you use it, the brighter it becomes.
I love that. And it's also something you can share. When you act with confidence, you inspire people around you to do the same.
That's so true. Because when someone sees you trying, even if you're nervous, they realize it's okay to try too. Confidence spreads.
Yes. And maybe that's the secret. Confidence isn't about standing alone, it's about lifting others as you grow.
That's a beautiful thought, and I think that's why it's so important to keep practicing confidence every day. Not just in big moments, but in small, ordinary ones too.
Like speaking English with someone new, sharing your opinion in class, or simply saying, I can do it when you feel unsure.
Exactly. Those tiny moments shape who you become.
And even when you lose confidence, remember, it's not gone forever. It's just waiting for you to find it again.
Yes, take a breath, be kind to yourself, and keep going. That's all it takes.
Confidence isn't about never falling, it's about always getting back up.
And the more you do that, the stronger you become, not only in English, but in life.
I think that's the real message of today's conversation. Confidence doesn't just help you speak better, it helps you live better.
Beautifully said, Megan. So, to everyone listening, keep learning, keep growing, and don't wait until you feel ready. Start now.
Because every word you say, every effort you make, is already a sign of confidence.
You're doing better than you think.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
We hope this episode helped you see confidence in a new light.
And remember, confidence isn't a gift, it's a practice, and you're already doing it.
Stay brave, stay curious, and keep shining.
You've got this.